Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So, a very big shout out to Black people. You all outdid yourselves. Now, Target CEO is resigning or he's being fired, whichever one. All I know is that he couldn't take the shame. Why? He knew what he did. He thought Black people wasn't going to pull up on him. He thought it was going to be just 1 day or 1 week thing and it would go back to normal. You know, those things that they always do. You know, they think Black people are yapping, and after yapping, life will go back to normal. And they decided to stand on what they said. And instead of doing the right thing, instead of reversing what they did, they started looking for Kai. They started looking for a Sharpton to speak to Black people when you are not doing the right thing. Sometimes people are the cause of their problem, and this particular one, it is all their fault, it is all their problem. And for the people asking, will Black people go back when they change new CEO? Black people will be the one to answer this. I only speak on the things that concerns them, and I do not make decision for them. But I feel like they are not going anywhere, except things are right. But whichever way, at least they have experienced black dollar effect, how powerful it is. Because when you tell people how powerful black dollar is, they think it's a joke. Now they have effed up and found out. Farful. Let's get into this video.
Oh my, how expensive it is to be racist. Good morning, Target CEO. Stepping down, are we? Oh, sales are low. They're still going to be low whether you're there or not. Yeah. Oh, and don't think that you're going to retire or step down and just go live a peaceful life because nobody knows who you are. You're not going to live a peaceful life. It's expensive to be racist. Make sure you tell your grandkids that. Good morning.
Cousins, y'all got that CEO up out of there, didn't y'all? After 11 years, he decided to step down. CEO got up out of there. But listen, so they decided to replace the Target CEO with an internal guy. Okay. And the thing about replacing people with internal people means that you may be replacing someone with someone who may have the same mentality and same thought process. Now, the thing that I find funny about this whole situation is that Target is trying to spin this as a long-term decline that's been happening over some years. Instead of saying we roll back DEI and then blacks put boot to neck and now we ain't making no monies. Now we ain't making no monies because they're talking about a decrease in sales for 3 quarters. They ain't been making no dollars and no cents for 3 quarters. And then y'all talking about the reason why we've been having this decrease is because we ain't trendy enough. No, honey, you're not welcoming enough. And the issue is that y'all keep on running away from the elephant in the room, and we finna turn you into LSAers. You about to be the next Kmart. You about to be the next Sears. You see? Yeah, baby, you on your way out the door. And it's so unfortunate because y'all was doing all right. Y'all was doing all right because I just got done from hearing that Ulta said we're going to go ahead and pack our stuff and go. We can't be affiliated. People ain't buying in here. So we got to go ahead and pack our bags. So now Ulta ain't even trying to fool with you. Baby, everything going down. So what I suggest that you all do is that you're number one, honest with yourself. Because the problem is that you're lying to yourself about why you're here, which means that you'll lie to everybody else. The reality is that you roll back that DEI and we said we shall not buy. That's what happened. You roll back DEI, we said we shall not buy. And because we have not been buying, I'm talking about empty. Empty. And that's also taken into consideration that in certain locations in the country, Target is the main store. Okay, so that means that some people are forced to still have to shop at Target because that is literally the only place that has what they need in close proximity. And even with them, people still being forced to have to come into y'all establishment. People still like, that's okay, I'll get it from Amazon. People like, that's okay, I'll go ahead and drive that little 30 minutes. I'll go ahead and drive that little 30 minutes. Listen, I hope that y'all go ahead and have a come to Jesus meeting. Seems like y'all need to make sure that everybody on the same page as far as their belief systems and their values and how they feel about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Seems like y'all about to be the next case study for poor economic decisions and terrible marketing behaviors.
Imagine being the CEO that spearheaded the removal of DEI incentives, initiatives, programs within the company, right? You didn't think about the possible loss in profit. You didn't do the research to check and see in which demographic your top consumers lie in. No. Instead, because of your possibly racist ass, possibly allegedly, guidelines, you jumped at the opportunity. You jumped at the chance to finally remove DEI programs from the company as soon as Donald Trump signed that executive order in January. Not even a full 7 months, 8 months. After 11 years with the company, they announce that you are going to be stepping down. You lost your job. You are no longer the CEO of the company. All because your possibly racist ass wanted to make it more unfair for people of color in the workplace. We're talking about Target, by the way. We're talking about Target. Yes, you heard correctly. Because now we can say that, the former CEO of Target has announced today that he will be stepping down as CEO. And I want to make it very clear to you guys. Anytime they say that they're stepping down, that is code for, I got to leave before they fire me. And the reason why he got to leave before they fire him is because on Wednesday, Target sales fell for the third consecutive quarter. Right? In total, for year to date, Target stocks have fallen exactly 30%. 30%. They're losing a lot of money. 11 years with the company. By the way, they're not even letting him finish out this year so he can have an even 12. Nah, you got to get the hell out of here. It's August. It's about to be fucking September. Might as well let him finish this, the year. But they're like, nah, not one more quarter. You don't get another quarter out of 2025. So after 11 years of being with the company, because of that idiotic decision in removing DEI, you lost your job in less than 7 to 8 months. You lost your job. Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine? The icing on the cake is his replacement. I'm pretty sure he probably also, was excited about being able to remove DEI programs and incentives and whatever for the company so that he didn't have to worry about his replacement possibly being a person of color. Whole time, his replacement is a former intern of the company. You probably trained him. You probably trained him for your job. That's crazy. And yeah, he's not really leaving Target. He will still be an executive. But I want you guys to understand the difference in that pay cut. Oh, he's going to feel. He's definitely going to feel. He's not the CEO no more. And he would have continued making the big bucks had he just leave the DEI programs alone. They weren't bothering anybody. They weren't hurting anybody. And in fact, it was actually helping the sales and the stock and the profit margin for Target. But now you've lost that. You've lost the respect of your highest consumers, your top consumers. So to all of the people of color who lost their jobs due to that CEO and the removal of the DEI programs, go and take a shot today. Take a shot at the news of him losing his job now. Take a shot. You deserve it. And to all of my willing participants in this Black consumer protest boycott that we have started and we've been standing strong in, I just want you guys to know, keep up the good work, continue standing strong. I understand that sometimes we want change to happen overnight, but it doesn't happen overnight. And I'm pretty sure when we continued or we started this boycott back in February and March, the CEO didn't think that he'd be losing his job towards the end of August. So keep up the good fucking work, okay?
CEO has just resigned after being there for 11 years. 11 years. Imagine in a course of 8 months, you make a decision to go ahead and follow that man in the office and you lose over the course of 3 quarters, 10% of your income. $12 billion has been lost due to Target removing their diversity, equity, and inclusion policies from their company. Baby, and Christmas is not even here. Pastor Jamal told y'all what to do to get us back, and y'all refused. Y'all thought doing a campaign with Kai Cenat was gonna fix everything. That boy is not Black American. He is Caribbean, Haitian. He's not Black American. So y'all fucked up there. And y'all also went to Al Sharpton. Come on now, be for real. He damn sure was not going to get us to move. Y'all better find y'all a new CEO, get y'all a new fucking think tank, and get the guidelines that Pastor Jamal Bryant put up and get them moving. Or y'all gonna be really fucked up come Christmas time. Oh no, it only takes 30 days for a habit to become part of your life. And we have grown accustomed to not going to Target. Y'all wasn't that fucking special. Get it together. Target
You see things like this and you realize that in the article it says like, oh, they made some changes in May that were an attempt to drive sales back to Target, but they don't talk about the boycott that people are doing in Target. Like for me, for one, I have not been to Target since maybe December of 2024 because I had to return something for my nephew. But this goes to show you that when if people are angry enough because companies are beholden to their shareholders, and as a CEO, if you're not doing what you need to do as a CEO and bringing that money so those shareholders get money, they're gonna make sure you get out. They're saying it nicely here, but they're gonna make sure that your ass is out. In this article, they don't really mention the boycott and how people. I think they mentioned something about DEI. I'll go back over and I'll it's on apnews.com, so you can look it up yourself. But essentially what this all goes to show is that if we stick together as a society, we can really impact some change. This is why I'm telling people, do not shop at Amazon. Do not. This is a change that we need to impact. Everything that you can get you can find somewhere else. Oh my God, I just realized I have eye crusties. Hold on. Don't judge me. I woke up and started to just walk the dogs. If we don't want Amazon to start taking over, they're already into the medical thing and they have a pharmacy now. They do books, they do music, they do podcasts, they do stuff, they do refurbished items, they do food. It's everything, and it's going to turn into that. I'm going to make another video about this, but it's going to turn into like that company in Wall-E that, basically destroys the planet and then everyone has to go to space. It's going to be the same thing. So yeah, mini tangent. Haha to the Target CEO. You thought your dropping DEI was going to make you better, and it didn't. Sorry. Sucks to be you.
Alta said, baby, let me grab my mascara and my purse and get off this sinking ship because Target, you will not drag me down with you, not on my watch. So Ulta Beauty has officially cut ties with Target, and that will result in over 600 mini shops closing down by 2026. Ulta said they are removing themselves from Target because of the low sales, the high prices due to inflation, and because Target decided to remove themselves from the DEI initiative. And I don't blame Ulta because I would not want to associate myself with Target either, especially the fact that they have lost over $12.4 billion since this Target boycott. And what baffles me about Target is that they have not come out to say, you know what? We made a mistake. This was not a good idea. We kind of retract what we said. Please come back and shop with us. And it may not change anything, but I think it would show that Target humbled themselves and realized that they messed up royal. When I think about it, the partnership wouldn't have worked anyway because Ulta supports DEI initiative.
Breaking: Target CEO has just been fired. They say he's stepping down, but you know what happened. Target sales fell for the second quarter in a row, but to distract from that news, Target just announced a change in leadership. After their CEO gets fired, the COO will be taking over in February. Now, the COO is a longtime Target insider. He has been at the company for over 20 years, so you know that means that he has no idea how to turn around the struggling retailer. And his speech to Wall Street today all but confirmed it. He said that when Target is leading with swagger in merchandising and when they have swagger in their marketing, that's when they're at their best. It's a little bit awkward to use AAVE as your turnaround plan when these are some of the key demographics that you've rejected, Target. Target, the same old stale lines and the same old stale people are not going to help you turn things around while customers are abandoning you in droves. And to the board for thinking that that would work, you just made the D3 list, a podcast about dumb, desperate, and diabolical business decisions.
Fuck around and find out moment comes to us directly from Target, of all places. Target. So the CEO Brian Cornell said he's going to go ahead and step down after a really challenging year. Is that what we gonna fucking around and finding out? A challenging year? A challenging year? Oh, okay. Fuck around and finding out is a challenging year. Love the verbiage switch up there. But good luck with that. We did advise y'all. Play with somebody else. And y'all thought, it's not enough for y'all. No, it is enough of us. Power of our dollars. They have come to let you know. When we say, don't be changing up stuff. Don't go support that. We don't like that. And y'all want to keep ignoring us. Close the business down. Wrap it up. Go ahead and put that in motion that this is the last year for Target. We're not coming back to Target because y'all shouldn't have messed up in the first place because you didn't have to mess up. You could have just kept it pushing the way it was going and acted like a neutral party. You should have just done that. You should have stayed neutral. Not picking sides would have been the best answer and the solution for you. But now y'all continuing to play games with us. Y'all don't need a replacement CEO. That's just a waste of coins. Go ahead and wrap it up. Y'all can close every single store at this point. Every single store. The replacement is on the way. It's not going to be y'all. Wrap it up. Close the doors. We're over it. No, when you show who you are, we are believing y'all. We believe in y'all. We showed y'all who we are. We not one to be played with. The dollars we have, they make a difference. Clearly, they've been keeping the doors open. That's why the CEO is out. Y'all don't need a replacement CEO. Wrap it up. Because simply following our lead would have saved y'all a lot of money. It would have saved y'all a lot of money. But y'all was like, no, we gonna go over there and represent that. Represent that all the way to close doors. I don't know how many currently are still open. Go ahead and close them up. Just get started. Now, we might come back for that. We may come back for the closing sales. We might help y'all get rid of everything at the end. But, baby, we're not going to help y'all get back. It's not going to be a rise to the situation. The fall is all down. In 5 years. Y'all remember Target? That's going to be the verbiage. Y'all remember Target? A time was had at Target. It will not be again. It will never be the rise from this. There is no phoenix in the ashes. The ashes are come to say. It is raining here in Texas. The ashes. It will not rise from the ashes.
The CEO of Target stepped down after 11 years because the boycotting fucking works. Everybody that's like, oh, I don't know where else to go. Oh, I'm still eating McDonald's and drinking Starbucks and going to Target and I'm getting my Starbucks and walking around Target and spending all my fucking money on shit that I can get for cheaper because I just want to go to Target. You're dumb, bitch. You're dumb. Like, boycotting fucking works. Y'all just be too lazy to find alternatives. I ain't stepped foot in Target since January or December, bitch. I ain't had Starbucks or McDonald's since October 2023, bitch. And I love coffee. I'm a coffee drinker. I drink coffee every fucking day. Guess what? You can make your fucking coffee at home. Guess what? Starbucks coffee ain't even that good. So now we have the CEO of Target stepping down after the boycotts from DI shit. Because boycotting works, but y'all be too lazy. If we all came together and actually did something about shit and actually boycotted shit, everybody, there would be so many changes, but people are too lazy. Like, y'all act like y'all can't buy the shit that you're buying at Target somewhere else for fucking cheaper, but you want to have your little nasty ass Starbucks at Target spending $500 for shit that you don't even know where you spent it on. And then you want to go eat your nasty ass McDonald's, bitch.
After 11 years on the job, the CEO of Target will be stepping down. And this really all comes down to one reason. Because The last few years of Target have been tough sales wise, but this last year in particular, 2024 leading into 2025, has been one of the worst years Target has ever experienced in declining sales. So the board has laid that at the feet of the CEO, Brian Cornell, and now he will be stepping down as of February. Now, Target has already named their next candidate to take over as CEO. I believe his name is Michael Fidelki. And who knows what this man's vision for the future of the company is, but I can tell you right now, I ain't shopping there. But ladies and gentlemen, at a time when people are feeling like they do not have much power, at a time when people are feeling like they do not have much influence, I would like to remind you that this company has not been able to bounce back from people deciding they would boycott them all the way back in November. They've tried many different methods to win back the favor of the customer base that they've lost, but it has not worked. And now the CEO who was behind those decisions is stepping down. These are the type of results that people can have when they stand together, when they focus on a goal, when they remain disciplined, and they see it all the way through. We could apply this to other areas in our nation, by the way. There is still time for the people to remind the wealthy class, the billionaire class, the corporations, that they don't have the control that they think they do. Take this moment as a lesson. This should definitely be seen as a victory, but there is a lot more work to come.
Do not let these people lie to you. Don't let them lie to you, and don't let them convince you that Black Americans do not have power, especially buying power. The Target boycott began March 5th, mainly due to the DEI rollbacks, meaning it has been a little over 5 months, but not a full 6 months yet, right? And at one point, the CEO of Target had to cut his salary in half. And guess what else? He has officially stepped down from his position as the CEO. And that has happened in less than 6 months. Cut his salary in half, step down. Many people have been a part of this boycott, but Black Americans have been the voice, and they have led the way. We have been the ones that have carried it on our shoulders. We did this in less than 6 months. This is what the world is afraid of. They don't want us to realize the power that we have in the way we can shift economies and markets and businesses. Let that sink in. We did that.
So the Target CEO is stepping down. A lot of y'all are saying they need to be replaced by a Black CEO. And that goes to show how little racial awareness you have and how little you understand about how capitalism actually works. First of all, capitalism is an institution. Capitalism is an oppressive system. When a Black CEO comes in to clean up the mess of a white CEO, clean up discrimination and racism, it is not a win. It is them being used as a pawn. Black CEOs are institutionalized and forced to conform into upholding white supremacy. If they try to go against that system, they will be eliminated. That's no shade to the Black CEOs. That's just a fact. Capitalism will not allow them to push back and break down barriers because it needs to remain in place. And the only people that can break down capitalism is the people in power, not Black CEOs. The thing that needs to happen is we still need to say fuck Target, and capitalism needs to crumble. See, the thing is, y'all don't pay attention to how these systems actually work, and y'all are okay with somebody being dangled in front of y'all and saying, oh, look, one of y'all is helping us out, versus actual changes within these systems. You understand? A Black CEO or anybody else is not going to change the system. nor is it going to eliminate the racist, discriminative, and bigoted policies that capitalism thrives under. So fuck Target, fuck capitalism, and fuck everybody the fuck else.
Target used to have an anti-senior citizen policy for senior management. Once you got 65, sorry bud, you gotta retire. Get the fuck out of here. We're not letting your old ass run us into the ground. But they got rid of that policy. They got rid of it so they could keep on their fucking boomer CEO after he turned 65. And what did he do with that opportunity? He ran Target into the fucking ground, and now he has to retire. He's stepping down in February. He's 66 years old. They're going to bring on a Gen X. The COO is going to step up to CEO. He says he's going to bring back all the things people liked about Target before. Like, namely, that they had better shit than Walmart. And now Walmart has better shit than Target. So they lost that appeal. And then people liked them because they were more, like, inclusive and diverse and whatever. And they, like, stepped away from that message. So he didn't say anything that he was going to bring that back. So I don't know if he is or not, because I don't know how much he's going to increase the sales if he doesn't also try to address that. But we'll see what happens.
Target CEO stepped down, and let me tell you exactly what the fuck they're going to do. They're going to put a black man or a black woman in there to try to clean up the mess or clean up the image, and then everybody's going to blame that black woman or black man or that person of color that's going to be in that position of power for everything that this fucking CEO that stepped down fucking caused. At the end of the fucking day, they do this literally. If you're in corporate, you understand. They choose the black and brown people that work the hardest in the stores to be part of corporate, and then they use them as motherfucking targets to clean up the fucking mess that they created. So imagine the CEO steps down. I promise you it's going to be a person of color. And that person of color is going to get targeted. They're going to get swatted. Their family's going to be motherfucking targeted. It's going to be a whole fucking situation, especially with the way the politics are nowadays. They're going to use them as a fucking scapegoat. And then they're going to say and use the whole DEI motherfucker. Just watch what I motherfucking say. Him stepping the fuck down, it was very much a political motherfucking play. It was a chess move. It was a power move. He's still going to be a motherfucking millionaire. He's still going to have motherfucking money. It doesn't matter whether he was the CEO or not. He still has investment funds and stocks and all that motherfucking bullshit. I promise you it's going to be either a black man, black woman, or a person of color they're going to replace him with, and they're going to get targeted.
So have you guys heard that the CEO of Target, Brian Cornell, was forced to resign from his position? And that is mainly due to the falling sales. Now, Brian Cornell had been with Target for over 10 years. But as you know, because they did do away with DEI, that a lot of us boycotted them and are still boycotting them to this day, and will probably be boycotting them forever. And with the boycotts, Target has not been able to really bounce back since we started boycotting them. Now, what I want to know is, because they are getting a new CEO, will some of you be going back to Target, or are you guys going to continue to boycott Target? Let me know in the comments. But honestly, I don't miss Target at all. I didn't really go to Target that much anyway. I always thought that they were overrated and overpriced, even though the store was really nice and clean, but I really didn't go there that much, and I don't miss them. But Target should have just kept their mouth shut. Nobody even asked them to give that information. They voluntarily advised us and let us know that they were doing away with DEI. So they are getting exactly what they deserve.
Well, what do you know? Target CEO will now be stepping down next year. But I wanted to call attention really quick to the AP story right here. It talks about the pandemic, struggling, and all that good stuff. The fact that the AP refused to put in the heart of this article the DEI removal and them actually pulling back those policies is journalistic malpractice. Just flat out. The fact that they buried this in the article and this was not one of the top ones is bullshit. It is a little poetic, though, that he's stepping down on February 1st, the start of Black History Month in 2026. Bye, Target.
Oh, wow. Target CEO of 11 years has resigned? And just in case you've been lost in the sauce, we've been boycotting Target for some months now because they decided to not support the DEI program. And I would say this is a successful boycott. Personally, I didn't want the man to lose his job, but I definitely dialed back on how often I went to Target because I don't want to support nobody that don't support me. So this is a prime example of how much power we actually have. These corporations and banks and the government and the media, they team up to try to exploit us because they think we don't know any better. But when we know better,
This is all I got from this video, and all I can say is that when you F around, you definitely will find out. The time they use in looking for people to probably promote or to make ads for them was good enough for them to do like do like reverse back what they did. But no, they thought looking for Kai or Colin and Sharpton was going to make a difference. And you and I know already, when Black people say no, nothing is taking them back anymore. I am so happy for them, you know? This is the prize you get for thinking that Black people, their dollar doesn't matter, or Black people doesn't matter. You know, I remember when the Target boycott started, some people were like, I am not sure if this is going to work. Maybe we should choose like every week a particular brand to boycott, and every week a particular brand to boycott. And Black people said that it's your problem. We know where we are, and that is where we're going. That is where we are. And that was how the boycott actually started. Until today, they actually saw that Black dollar is very, very strong and powerful. This is a very teachable moment for other people, and a very huge teachable moment for them too, because sometimes when you think, you know, how they tell you that nothing, you know, to them, nothing was going to happen. It's just going to be one of those, you know, yapping that they yap, and eventually things will go back to normal. Did it go back to normal? It did not go back to normal. I don't even care. Even if they have new CEO, except Black people choose to go back. That is the only time. But I don't care. Even if they have new CEO, if you still choose not to go there, you don't have to go there, because they effed up from the onset. And except they have someone that is very reasonable, that knows that DEI is very vital, you know. But aside from that, they are also going to experience the same decline in sales. So a very big shout out to my people. You all did this one. Nobody did it. You all did it, because literally almost all the boycotts, you all started it. Other people are just, she's all Black people. And then they will still ask you, what do you bring to the table? Are you asking me, or you want to know what my people bring to the table when they are at the table? Huh? When my people are the main table, what are you asking? I will draw the curtain here, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.